Well, first things first, I finally found out, almost accidentally, what was wrong with the YouTube channel. If it hadn't been for the advice from Dave Dangerous 74, I was just going to fold it up because I was getting no messages at all through Google about anything going on there. And anyway, he suggested looking for the spam. No, not stuff in tin cans, as we all know. But only thing was, I couldn't find the spam because, as it turned out, Google was not displaying properly anyway. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, eventually I did find it. Don't ask me what I did, but of course there they all were in there. But I seem to have sorted it, and they are coming through to the Google thing now. Thank God. Honestly, what a load of crap. Anyway, speaking of things that are farcical and annoying and a pain in the arse, other day they said on the radio that there's a fight broke out in Folkestone. I think it was back in the early spring, or I think it was spring anyway, and a raghead was killed. Afghanistanis they were, and they said it's all down to gang culture with these Afghans. Well, what are they doing in our country bringing all this tribal gangster crap and terrifying the locals and so on? We have enough homegrown arseholes here without importing others, don't we? Most of them are at a place called Westminster near Big Ben. Yes. Anyway, send them back. That's what I say. Just sling the buggers out. If they're not willing to abide by our laws, chuck these buggers out. Stuff their human rights. That went out the window when they broke the law, yeah. Anyway, on to record players and nice things of that nature. Been fiddling about with this Harwood, or should that be Unitra, thanks to those of you from the former Eastern Bloc who let me know that this isn't really a Harwood, it is in fact a Unitra Arta 900. Not very often made with this bright orange over there, though it was made with this orange. Needs two new capacitors in there because one of them is actually warming up a little. They're the old Elwa Polish capacitors. Giving it all a good clean up. Now, I actually ended up taking the speakers apart and washing them in the washing up bowl. Polishing all the orange back up so it's a nice colour. They're held together like a clamshell thing with machine screws and nuts. Nut this side and machine screw that side. And oh dear, the little nuts are captive inside the tube because it's got four little legs on it, each black thing. But they will move about, and it can be a bit of a swine to get them to line up again correctly. But having said that, it's all back together now. I've tried them. They don't rattle. They do sound better than they did because they were full of dust. And the BSR cartridge appears to work very well indeed. I just couldn't get the stylus for the original, can't remember what they called it now, Phonica I think it was, spelt with an F. And we've got some more old speakers down there from Tesla. They're huge elliptical things inside there. Unlike most speakers, the speaker in those things nearly fills the box. And then there were these that were given to me. These, again, I think might be Tesla or some such, because they're inside-out speakers, 4 ohms, 3 watts nominal, 5 max, and the magnets at the front. You can just about probably make out the glint of the silver there from the terminals. And then we've been fiddling around with the Tascam, which, as it turned out, needed new belts. There are 3 belts to do with the tape transport itself, and 1 for the counter, and the only one that was alright was the counter. So at least we now have, fast forward, and rewind. Does sound fantastic through headphones, by the way, this contraption. Yeah, really does sound nice. See the pan controls there. Somebody told me that you set them like that for maximum stereo effect, and they were quite right. This EQ high, EQ low, you can really take as bass and treble, boost or cut. And then you have a pitch control here. But the good news is it all seems to be working. I had a look at a number of them on the interweb, and it's surprising how many of them are missing the door. It was a clear smoked glass affair. Well, smoked plastic, you know what I mean. But this one is missing its door. And the fittings inside are still there to take it, but as for where it went, I don't know. I didn't have it. So that's just a quick progress report for you. So we're back to business as usual, so to speak. So I will be seeing you again soon, hopefully. Bye for now.